us very soon as well. She picked up the kids and she braved the hail here in Southern California today, and she will be here shortly. Okay, so it is my pleasure. Welcome all of you. Hey, Allison, great to see you. Amber's in the house. Jenna Bork is going to join us after dinner. What's up? What's up? All right, we got Tracy, Elizabeth, Leon is here. We are super glad you're here, and feel free to turn your cameras on if you want. But tonight is Tuesday, February something, day after Valentine's Day, and we're here to share just an incredible thing that's happening in all of our lives, and people are taking a look every day, and we're really excited about it. So I want to say about 2 years ago, my wife Angela, who will be joining us shortly, she has been following this incredible human named Shalice Noel on the IG, and she just really was enamored with all the products she shares and her fashion tips and her recipes and just all this fun stuff, all the value that she brings. And then they kind of started to direct message. And because Shalice is one of those amazing humans that actually gets back to people, that's why she's so successful. My wife and her kind of hit it off. And I will let her kind of finish the story. But long story short, Shalice and her family, Reed and her kids, and they're literally like our family now. We just connected through this social retail business and through our patented products. And now we literally feel connected like brothers and sisters. And it's the craziest thing. And she's crushing it. She's built an incredible business. She's in our company, what we call Elite 2, Platinum Black 3. And that's on the customer side. She's the highest level of sales that you can possibly get in the entire company. She's at the top, gets all the awards. And on the business side, she's right below the top. So it's a pretty incredible business that she's built in just over a year. And now kind of the goal for 2022 is for us to pay it forward and to share it with everybody, because not just influencers can be successful with this. So we're going to share a brief overview about it. Want to encourage you, if you like what you hear, tag some friends on this. If you're watching the replay, hit replay. Let us know where you're coming in from if you're watching on Facebook. But most importantly, if you like what you hear, tag somebody on this, or better yet, every day, Monday through Friday, we're here at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about our company, our business model, and our products. And so we want to encourage you to invite friends or guests, because that's how we grow in this business. And we'll share a little bit more about that. But without further ado, my incredible dear friend, Shalice Noel. Yay, let's give it up for Shalice.
Thank you, David. Thank you. You guys have been a huge blessing in my life. He was so generous, but honestly, Angela blessed me. She would crawl into my DMs and ask questions and give, I think we were like redoing our floors and redoing our kitchen in Pasadena. And she came in and had flooring advice and would ask questions. She would use my link. She was super supportive. And she said, can I send you this collagen? You would love it. And I get random things in my DMs all the time, and I have to really sift through it all. And, but I think it's important to, like David said, respond to everyone and treat them like a human being, and respond to them in a timely manner. So anyway, Angela came in, we started a friendship, and I was very skeptical. I love wellness and I love vitamins and taking care of yourself, but I was super skeptical. So I said, you know what? Fine, you can send it to me. I'll let you know what I think. She ended up sending me the collagen. I ended up loving it. I started seeing baby hairs within like 6 weeks, and I never had gray hair, like really kind of stringy, coarse hair. And just to see the growth coming in, and like my skin looking like more plumper around here. And then my knees, I had really bad joints after my 5th pregnancy. And seeing my joints, I told my dad, I was like, it's like kind of like walking on air. So I had never experienced anything like that. So she came back and said, there's a business side. And there's some girls who are really killing it selling this. And I was like, oh, I hate, I am so not interested, but thank you for thinking of me. I tried to be really sweet and professional, but honestly, I was really skeptical. So I think that's where we came in, where if I love something, I'm obviously going to share it. And so I started thinking I should share this because I actually really love this stuff, and I'm sending it to my dad who has bad tennis elbow and bad knees. So I'm honestly loving the product. So I guess I should learn about, okay, is there a business side? And she said, the commissions start at 10%, they go up to 36. There's some girls who are killing it, just sharing this organically. And you're basically paid to have a social life. And I was like, well, that's not going to be me. I'm super skeptical. It's not going to be me. Don't tell me anymore, all that. And because honestly, you have to know that I get a lot of these DMs like, please sell this, or I'm new to reward style. And now we're doing, we went up to 6% commission. I'm like, 6%. So I get a lot of this, so I have to sift through a lot. So that's where my skepticism was coming from. But she was 100% right. It adds up. This is like the most generous company that I've ever come across. And I've worked with many in my 8 years of blogging, and I work on commission. So I know, certain brands are 8 or 9%. They went down almost 5% this year. So I'm smart about what I share because some things just aren't worth my time. And Modere has proved to be over and again worth my time in sharing it. And it's done great things for myself and my knees after my 5th pregnancy, my joints. It's helped my parents. It's helped Reed. He loves the trim. And so it's just such a blessing being with David and Angela. I mean, he's been with the company 13 years. So he just had so much knowledge, and he's poured into me, and he'll give me advice and I follow it. And then he's also former manager to Lady Gaga. So he has a ton of experience under his belt. And I just feel like it's so important to be part of a supportive team. I wouldn't be where I'm at without David and Angela. It's just coaching and encouragement. So I'm really grateful for them and just guiding me along with this whole social retail. Like I didn't even know, hey, you could be paid to have a social life. And hey, I'm like already sharing this. And I know, Tracy on here tonight, I mean, she's shared it just with her friends and had 2 customers off the bat, just sharing it. And so it, in a sense, it sells itself because the product is so good and they have patents to protect it, and we are able to share it. So we have products, and we're actually developing a new product with our Shop Shalice Noel line, and it is laborious. It's so much work to get a product right, to get the trademark right. I mean, Reed and I have torn out our hair with some of the details that we're having to deal with right now. Well, Modere has a product. I'm at 36% commission. It's already protected with patents. It has all these clinical trials and a PubMed article that just blow your socks off. And this is already done for you. And you get to just earn the commission. So that kind of blows me away. I've been really blessed by just such a generous company, and excited to go to Salt Lake next month with them and just get more pumped up about the new products and Social Retail 2.0. So it's kind of like a very exciting company and a very exciting place to be with them as they grow. And so anyway, I'm here to kind of share it with you guys and hear from you. And any questions you have, definitely add them to the chat box. And we do meet every Tuesday at the same time. So just be thinking of people, that you can bring into the conversation. I know a lot of you have major social life, maybe more than I do. And you're always talking to people, and you're sharing, oh, hey, wow, your skin looks great. Or, it's so organic how it comes into so many conversations. And I think that's kind of how we keep rolling. We encourage each other, and your success is mine. And so we're really here to help each other out. So I think that's pretty cool, and always grateful for David and Angela. So, and also if you can't make it, I had a couple of people tell me they couldn't make it on Tuesdays. David has a Zoom, and it's the same link that I sent out. And if your friend wants the link or you want to add their email, let me know, add it to the chat, and we'll add them to our email list. And David has one Wednesday night and Thursday night. I don't know if there's one Friday night, David. I mean,
Yeah, or
it's
Monday through
consistent.
Friday.
And I'm learning things that I've never learned before. So they're going through, there's testimonials, best practices. So you'll learn a lot. I mean, I've learned personally so much from David and Angela. So there are other nights. So if you have hockey tonight, I know some people had nursing school tonight, there is other nights. So I can give you the link and just hop on and educate yourself. That is another way that you can just crush it in 2022, is adding a skill. And really, I learned from the people in these Zooms. I learned from their testimonials, best practices, how to build a team. So I think it's super important. Add a skill, like learn from your brothers and sisters. And I think we can all learn from each other. So
Amen. Well, Shalice, that was incredible. I love your story, because it was like the same process that everybody else goes through, you went through. Step one, it's like, oh, what is that? I'm curious. Like, what's that product? I've heard about it. Like, okay, does it work? Like, is it worth the hype? Like, when you saw our product, you didn't see the 12 years of us pioneering the collagen industry. You didn't see the 7 patents, the 37 clinicals. You didn't see our CEO grinding, flying over to Geneva, Switzerland, being interviewed by Nestle, Procter and Gamble, like all these mega companies, asking her how she pioneered liquid collagen and got it to work and got it off the ground. You just see that there's 100 other companies that have basically tried to copy what we've already laid the groundwork, and we sell 1 million bottles a month. So you just see all these popping up. And so when Modere comes along, it's like, okay, I kind of feel like they've been around for a while, and I kind of feel like, they're the real deal. So you go from like kind of like curiosity to, okay, I'll give it a try. Like, let's see what this stuff's all about. Then you go to like belief, like, wow, this actually works. My hair's feeling better. I'm feeling better. This product is what it is. And then you start to kind of peel back the layers of the onion, and you go, oh, wow, I didn't realize how legit this stuff really is. So then you go from belief to just utter complete confidence. And that's when you engage. So it goes from belief to engagement. And now it's like, okay, I'm going to post. I'm going to get out there and do it. So there's this whole process that every single person goes through. And right now, some of you, if you're a guest, you're still over here. You're like, I'm curious, right? And some of you are right here. I know some people on this call are right here, like, okay, I'm going to give it a try, see where we're at. And then I know a lot of you are like, okay, now I believe in it. It's working. Now what do I do next? And how do I engage? How do I get going? So wherever you are in those kind of four steps in the process, there's really like 5 things you want to remember. And so like I was in 2009, I was on the road with Lady Gaga. We started the year. I was her tour manager. My wife was her personal assistant. We were chucking around the globe, opening for the Pussycat Dolls and New Kids on the Block. And then we started like blowing up. And now we're going to tour with Kanye. And then she was like, no, we can fill arenas on our own. So then we're doing shows for the Queen of England and like wearing the meat dress. And then boom, we had a baby. And I was like, my whole world stopped. And I was like, wow, I've been on the road literally for a decade. I've been on the road with Lady Gaga for 2 years straight, haven't been home more than like 3 days, and so now I have a baby. And am I going to be a dad? Like, what's going on? Am I going to watch him grow up on Skype? And, my bishop at church was like, dude, I hate to break it to you. You're at the prime of your career, but you're not going to be a dad. And, Gaga kept us on a full salary. She was paying us like for months and months, like, take your time. It was great. But then 3 months into it, I don't know if I shared this story with you, Shalice, 3 months into it, I walked into the nursery. So you mothers, how many of you are mothers here? Raise your hand. Any mothers? So you mothers carry that baby and you have that like direct emotional connection. They're attached to you literally. But for us dads, especially this was my first boy, I honestly, when he came out, like I was crying, I was like into it, but he kind of felt like an alien a little bit. I'm like, what do I do now? I gotta make more money. I gotta like, and all I could think about was like, I want to go camping with this kid. And he was just a little baby, but I didn't have that like closeness. Well, 3 months into it, my kid was like 3 months. I was trying to figure out what I was doing with Lady Gaga. 2009 is like coming to an end. And it's like, holy crud. And I walked into the nursery and he was sleeping. And I looked down at his face. And you know how like babies, when they're really young, they can't quite focus and they're looking at you, but they don't really know what they're looking at because it's all probably blurry. Well, he opened his eyes and looked directly in my eyes. And then there was like 3, 4, 5 seconds. And it's almost like he realized, oh, this is a guy I love. And he had the biggest smile on his face. And I freaking lost it, Shalice. I started bawling. I was like, oh my God, it was like the happiest moment of my life as a dad. I literally, like, if just thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I felt like, this is my guy. Like, this is my dude. And at that moment, I just go, you know what? I can't not see this child grow up. I can't live out of a suitcase and like be one of those dads. It's like, hey, son, for 3 minutes. And then my wife raises him. So I got on Craigslist. Okay. And I had an event background and I had been in direct sales. I worked with a multi-billion-dollar company called Herbalife. And so I kind of knew the industry and I knew it was a legitimate industry, but I didn't, I didn't know where I was going to go. So I found this job opportunity and it was like a director of sales. And I'm like, I haven't really sold anything in my life, but I married a hot woman, so I must be good at selling something. I've gotten a lot of jobs. I worked for Lady Gaga and Lauryn Hill and Rihanna. I'm probably good at getting and selling them. But so then I got down to an interview and I met this woman named Ozma. And it was phenomenal. She was in Anaheim, California. And this was December. This is actually November 2009. And I went down in this little like industrial park where they were manufacturing like HVAC systems, heating and cooling systems for your thing. And I drive through and I'm like, am I in the right place? I'm double checking the address. I'm like, I thought I had an interview here. And I'm looking around and I see this tiny little sign on this little door in this little nondescript industrial park. And I went, oh my gosh, you got to understand. I was just hanging out with Elton John and Billy Joel and, Bruce Springsteen at Madison Square Garden. And now I'm in a little industrial park in Anaheim, California with a little company name on the door that no one's ever heard of. And I just went, what is this career move? Like, what am I doing? Like, literally, what am I doing? I walked in the door. The office was the size of the current entryway in my house here in LA. That's how big the office was. The furniture they had bought secondhand at a used office supply place. And I remember the CEO telling me, yeah, we got these chairs for $6. Can you believe that? And I had this interview with her and I saw something special. The same thing I saw when I met Lady Gaga and nobody knew who she was. And I called my dad, like back in 2007, I called my dad. I said, I'm working for this girl named Lady Gaga. And my dad said, and I quote, Lady Goo Goo Gaga? Like, nice career move, son. He said, nice career move. Well, as we all know, that worked out. And I saw the same thing in Ozma. She was educated at Princeton, dual MBA in marketing and finance from Rice, UC Berkeley. Like, this woman had been a manufacturer, a formulator. She had a background in all the vertical integration of what a company needed. She had the marketing background. And then she had worked for BlackRock in New York, like with the financial side. It was like the perfect storm. And then she was a servant leader. She was like just as nice to the person cleaning the floor as her vice president. And so she interviewed me. I felt like I interviewed her more than she interviewed me, right? And she said, I want to make you an offer. And I came in and she made me the vice president of the company. I was employee number 3. Okay, I'm going to do a quick fast forward for a decade. 2016, I'm going to forward 7 years. we built until we were doing millions of dollars a month from literally scratch through our patented liquid collagen products. And we merged with this company Modere that was pioneering a business model called social retail, which is what we're talking about tonight. It was a business model anyone could do on their phones. It was a give get model. Like, so you share a code just like guilt.com. Hey, I give you a $10 off and I get $10 in return. Or, you know, I give you your code and I don't have to give you my social security number, sign up for some big account. It's like your name, your email, and boom, you're off to the races. You never have to become a quote unquote distributor to be a customer. It was very customer friendly. It wasn't like other direct sales things. And I was blown away. And so when we came together with Modere, there's 5 things that you want to know that we have. So one was the leadership. Ozma, she brought in scientists and corporate team members, like mega professionals to run this company. And then the field leadership. Like whenever I see, like in the direct sales industry, you see these meetings where all these rock stars are speaking on one stage. 20% of them are from Modere. The top leaders, top earners in the entire like world are with Modere. So you got the leadership, you have the products. And if you haven't heard of our liquid biocell or our patented trim, like you've probably been living under a stone or in an igloo or something, because this is the hottest product to hit the market. It's won more awards than any company, right? I think one of our products alone has got 17 awards, not just from like direct sales industry. I'm talking global industry, manufacturing and formulating awards, supplement industry awards. Ozma's like #1 CEO on Forbes, literally like as of a month or 2 ago. So like all these awards, and then these products are second to none. So there's 3 tiers of products. You have your liquid collagen and all those products that Shalice like runs with. You also have your personal consumption products, like all your health products for your supplements, and then the personal care products, all of that stuff, that lotions and shampoos and all that stuff. And then you have your household essentials that are all gray water safe. So you've got these 3 verticals of products where it's like, well, if one person doesn't like this, maybe they like this. And then when all your people come in and buy these like hero products, they stick around for like the everyday products because they fall in love with them. They get rewarded, they get free products. And they're like, oh, why would I give my money to the Walton family? They're the richest family in America. Like, how about I support my good friend Shalice? How about I support my sister, or my brother, or my friend who reps this, right? And so you have what's called redirected spending. I could spend my money here, but instead I'm going to spend it here. It's a beautiful model. And I fell in love with this model. So that's the system that we have. That's the third thing, is the system. It's like you add them to a group, tag them in a video, send them a private message. And unless you're an influencer, and then you just tell people how excited you are and people buy it. So it's like a really easy system that anyone can do on social media or off of social media. And then the 4th thing, the compensation. Shalice touched on this. She literally came from a background where if you got 15%, you were doing really well. Heaven forbid you get 20 or 25%, like for one time. Well, she comes into Modere and, you know, of course she starts at 10, goes right up to 36. And then every time they order, it's 36. And she's just like, what's going on? Of course, the products have to work. The products have to the company has to stand behind them and handle all the overhead and do all that stuff for you. But when you fall in love with these products, it's just human nature to talk about them. So to have a system in place, but a compensation plan that would pay you twice a day, that would pay you on a residual basis every time they order with no strings attached, and then would also allow you, if you never wanted to quote unquote like sign a business partner up or sign someone up, you could just motivate people to like share their codes, your customers, and you could build an income from just that, never signing anyone up in the world. Like, just there's 2 different ways there. And so there was that. And then the final thing was just kind of the timing and the culture of all this. Every single year, there's statistics about more and more people shopping online. So when 2020 happened, and I'll just kind of leave you with this. When 2020 happened, and I don't know if you guys were in this same boat, March of 2020, take yourself back there for a second. Think where you were in your mind, March 2020. I know where I was. I was calling my wife frantic. I was sitting down at night after the kids went down, and I was mapping out every expense that we had in our household, trying to figure out what the heck we're going to do if our business goes down. I was trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do if I can't get through this mortgage and if I can't pay these bills. And I actually did a Facebook Live 10 ways to make money by saving money. That's how panicked I was. Okay, on the phone with my banks, everything, the whole 9 yards. And within a 2-week time period, everything changed. Everything changed. Our business has tripled since March of 2020, tripled. Now imagine whatever money you're making right now at your job. First of all, whatever, those of you that are on salary, imagine being on a salary and then 2 years later, you're earning triple what that salary was. Like in the real world, that doesn't happen. We can't make income claims and all that. It's a commission-based business. It's about 100% of your own efforts. But when you go from a pretty comfortable place and then that triples, it's life-changing. You know, Shalice just bought a beach house. They're looking at another house. They're trying to get us to buy their house because they're upgrading, like literally to a mansion. So guys, I'm not saying that to say that every single person that does Modere is going to get rich. It's not a get rich quick. It's a business model called social retail. And you earn based on your efforts. But unlike the way that Shalice has to work when she runs a campaign with a brand that's going to gracefully give her 6%, and she's going to work hours and hours and hours, Modere is far more lucrative return on your investment of time. And so guys, this is not the time to like, oh, should I, would I, coulda, shoulda. Don't should all over yourself. Like, just make a decision and go, okay, let's run with this. Let's run with this. And so Shalice and I will help you. Anybody on here will help you, mentor you, coach you. Those of you that are on Facebook, we have massive training on Facebook. Those of you that are able to download an app, we literally have an app that you can download that tells you for 100 days what to post on social media. It literally writes it out for you. It's called the Shout app. Okay. We've got a Modere Life app that you can text your friends and they say, well, how does this work? And you just send them a text. You say, watch that video. And the app will tell you if they watched it or not. So if your friend's trying to be like, oh yeah, I watched it, I am not interested. You're like, yeah, bro, you didn't even watch it. It's all good, but you don't have to waste your time. See, so many people when they're building a business, they spin their wheels trying to follow up with people that don't even give a rip, right? You got to look for people that are in the looking zone. If I would have caught Shalice like 3 years ago, or if I would have caught her right now, this wouldn't have been good timing, but we caught her in the looking zone. She was open. And so you got to find people at the right place at the right time. And so you just got to keep looking, talking, and do that. So this is the business you can do in your part-time, an hour a day. You can do it full-time. Most people start in their part-time, make a side hustle. We pay twice a day. So with that, I'm going to kick it back to Shalice. I know that there's a few people that will share some really quick stories of why they like the product and why they like the business. And I'm hoping that we can hear from 2 or 3 people. So Shalice, I'll let you kick it off, and just I'd love to hear from a few of you tonight. All right. Anyway, thank you.
No, thank you, David. That's right. And I was going to add also, because in 2020 I got an email from a couple big brands that I'd worked with and had like a year-long sponsorships with them, and I got emails that they're changing who they're giving jobs to. And I remember reading those emails out to read, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to make some changes and we need to transition, and I need to pivot. Like, we really need to pivot. And I think 2020 was just a big year for everyone to kind of, whether your business transitioned, say it nicely. I really, 2020 was the pivot year for me. And I said, okay, I'm going to get up out of my, comfy chair, and I'm going to do something. And I think that's a lot of the conversations that I have with other girls, and even building my team. Do the hard things. I love that quote. Do the hard things. Get out of your comfort zone. It's not going to be new year, new you if you're doing the same thing that you did last year. And I remember picking up the phone and I'm like, Leanne, do you want to do this with me? This is pretty amazing. It's changed my life. I sent you some. What do you think? And it was kind of like, I had to get out of my comfort zone. I don't always want to, it's uncomfortable to like, who wants to do this? And I saw the difference in myself. She saw the difference in what she had taken the product and loved, like just her skin was so different. And there were girls who were like, yeah, right. No, thanks. And, that's okay. That's okay. Like, it's not for everyone, but I'm an honest person. And if it changed my life, which I think, sounds cliche, but I really think a bottle can change your life. Honestly, then I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't share it. And so that's kind of how I approached these girls, was like, do you want to jump on? I mean, it's pretty amazing. It starts at 10%. We speak in commissions because that's how we do business. And, Target's working for free. They don't give any commission. So when I talk to other girls, we all know what brands, pay a decent commission, and 36% is unheard of. And so I think this is the year you do the hard things, you get out of the comfy chair, and honestly, it's not confusing. You're sharing something you love, and you're basically being paid to have a social life. It's like guilt, give 10, get 10. And so, yeah, I would love to hear from other people. I don't know if, anyone wants to get on the video. I know Amber's on here just shortly. You have some things going on tonight, but anyone who wants to pipe in, whether product side or business side, I'd love to hear from you.
Sure, I can share. I'm driving, so don't mind me. But always on the go. I'm a mom of 3. And I used to work in pharmaceutical sales, and I had tried a lot of different businesses. I needed to really wanted to be home with my kids, and I was so exhausted trying to work a full-time job and then get home, and then the kids need you and they're excited to see you, but you're exhausted. And I think more than anything, I just wanted to have more time freedom. I didn't really hate my job or anything, but I was looking for something else I could do, and I wanted a product that was really good too, something that's really life-changing. I had promoted some other products, and I could never really build a big customer base. I would find the products weren't a product has to be really significant for people to keep reordering it. And that's how you would build like a residual income. So when I found Liquid BioCell, for me, it changed my life because it just changed my skin so much. It helped my mom with her knees, and just started helping so many of my friends and family around me. And then, like you said, the business is really lucrative, and we were able to build, I was able to build an income and quit my job after about 8 months. So been here now over 5 years and just absolutely love it. And one thing that's different is I've also tried a lot of other businesses where I was sort of successful, but nobody else was, And I would bring some people in and they wouldn't have success. But with this company, I brought in a lot of people who also found success. And so that's exciting. That makes me more excited to share, knowing that anybody can start doing this and have success.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, thank you, Amber. You're such a great example of doing so much, having 3 kids, running around and doing so awesome with Modere. So thank you for sharing. I know Elizabeth had a snow shoveling story. Elizabeth, did you want to share?
Yes, of course. So I'm taking the product 3.5 years, and the reason is I had a back problem for 28 years, and I live in Connecticut. So we had a couple of days ago, we have a snow. It wasn't a lot, because normally my husband will take the snow, but he said, oh, it's only 3-4 inches, so let's go, we'll have some exercises and catch fresh air. And then I did help him, but we have pretty long drive, 50 yards, so there was a lot of work. And when I was cleaning the snow, suddenly I felt some kinds of like appreciation of life, appreciation of health, and it was emotional. So I asked my husband, I said, oh, grab my phone, I have to take, we will make a video. He said, why? It was during this showering. I said, I have to share this story with all my friends. And because I felt like, this is what I said on the video, before it was, I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't stand for so long. I couldn't sit down. I had to find the right chair. I had to have a pillow with me. When I was sleeping, I would like move every half hour, change the position. And now I'm cleaning the snow, heavy snow, with no pain. And it was like,
Amazing.
yeah, I had to do it. I had to do it. Because,
And,
and
so
then
how long have you been on the products, Elizabeth?
3.5 years, but took me 1 year to fix my back. And I know this because after 1 year on a product, we were building the shed in a garden, and I fell down from the ladder, and it was pretty scary. So normally I wouldn't move, but I was afraid to move first. So slowly, I moved my legs, my arm, and no pain. So I get up with no pain. I was perfectly well. I had few bruises, was nothing. And at this moment, I knew it. My back is healthy and strong. Wow. So I know this product works. So, and I loved this product. I love to talk about it and share the good news with everybody.
That's exciting. Amazing. Yes, it does strengthen your back. And we've seen that in so many examples. Thank you, Elizabeth. Also, Angela, did you want to share? It's so exciting to see you.
Hi, guys. Sorry I ran in here kind of late, but so nice to see everybody. Hi. Yeah, what can I share?
You, business side, product side. I mean, you're the one who showed me the light, Angela. So, I mean, maybe, yeah, whatever you think is most pertinent. I think you taught me a lot on the business side and just the relational part of this business, and like your success is mine, and that sort of mentorship goes really far.
Yeah. Gosh, the longer I'm with this business, the more I just feel so incredibly grateful, because I mean, just to have something that is, I just found out, let me just say this. I just found out as we're doing our taxes and we're working on our business and everything, that our business is a willable asset. And that is so cool. I mean, everything that you build, no matter how long it takes, let's say, you stick with this business, and let's just say in 10 years, you've built, a nice little residual income. You're able to, it's a willable asset. You can leave it to your children and your family. Like, what else can you do that with? Like, I can't think of anything else that would be the case. So anyway, that was something that we have been learning about. And I think it's so cool. And it's such a blessing. And then as far as like the business and sharing, I mean, this is a business of sharing. It's not hard. I feel like when you find something that you love and you're passionate about it, you share it. And, if you're passionate in a way of, the products and the business and, and you want to help others, and I mean, it's just an incredible tool. This business and the business plan is like no other. So, and then as far as sharing it with you, Shalice, okay, here's the real deal. Shalice used to use like Vital Proteins, I think it was, or something for a
in my
long
coffee.
time. Or something. Yeah. I don't remember what was going on. And I was like, okay, just give that, like, what we have is the best of the best, liquid gold. And I mean, your results have been incredible. And I've watched your hair health and your skin and everything like transform. And it's honestly the coolest thing. And I also feel like, I get to be a part of all the bloggers, in DMs and stuff. And it's so fun to have I have those relationships with even bloggers that other bloggers have brought on, not necessarily myself, but I get to have relationships with them and answer questions and help support other business, people in our business. And I am so lucky. Like I get screenshots of hundreds of people every single day. People send me screenshots of how it has helped people on their teams. And I get to see them, and it's so cool. I've actually started on my Instagram page. I started a highlight that is testimonials. And so I screenshot a lot of the bloggers' testimonials and put it into that bubble on my Instagram page. And then I get messages about those testimonials. And oh my gosh, I didn't even think that it would help with this or that, and it's just super cool.
Yeah, no, it's someone on here, I think it was a couple weeks ago, said it's not a company, it's a blessing. And,
Yes.
I've heard people with, rebuilding the disc in their back, or like Elizabeth with her back even getting stronger so she can lift, like wet snow weighs a ton.
Yeah.
And whether it's your back, or my dad with his tennis elbow, like he is such a tough like farm kid that he just kind of puts up with these pains. And I'm like, Dad, you don't need to have the painful tennis elbow. And then that's what he got on Pure. And he's like, yeah, Shalice, I'm not having that pain that I've had for 10 years. He just lives with it. So it is a blessing in many ways. And I think, and I think people see it when you're being honest too. Like, I want to help you. It's helped me. And I think I saw that in you when you were sharing it with me. Just, you were being honest and gentle with me. Like, don't put that powder in your coffee. You were gentle.
I was really gentle.
Because I was like, but I thought this was helping. And I think, it blew my socks off when I went from like powder and maybe like a strong nail to like, wow, like 5 inches of hair growth and like my skin feeling better and just like more plump around here. And I think that's what really blew my socks off, that like, this was not just like a normal product. It was like,
she's really polite. I have no tact. Like, do you know where that powder comes from?
Yeah.
It's cow hooves and snouts and anus and trachea and eyelids. Like, you're gonna put that in your body? Give me a break. Drop the zero, get with the hero.
I know.
You sent me the graphic and I was like, oh, thanks.
Well, and it's one of those things where you want to help people with what they need. And that's another like business tip. That's how I lead my business. I never lead from a place of, I love this product and this is what I do and me. I really believe in leading from a place of need from the other person. Everyone has such different, desires and needs and health things. And, I meet people that, have things that I never would have thought of for myself, but our product has been life-changing. The other thing that we're seeing so much now is so many people, women that have been on this product are now starting to share it with the men in their lives.
Yeah.
And so in this last like 6 months, it's been so interesting that it's come up a lot where, how can this help my husband? Can it help, my dad? How should he still take the same dosage that I do? I'm a different size than he is, stuff like that, but we're really seeing a very interesting shift in this product going towards, male and female product. So,
and I think that's kind of a white space even with men. And for Reed, it was like the belly fat area, and he has tried every workout in the book, and he was like the trim and the CLA and it was like life-changing for him because he works out 7 days a week. So I think that's sort of a white space, and this company is growing by leaps and bounds. So it's kind of like, I almost wish I heard about it sooner, but I mean, hey, 2020 was a great, transition year. So I encourage you, if you're hearing this, it's like, ask any questions, we're here for you. But I think it's pretty cool to get in early because it's just getting so big and everyone's really hearing about it. But I know we got to wrap it up. So excited to see everyone. Roxy, do you want to share a little bit about the business side? You're also a mom, and I've heard your story a couple of times just a couple of weeks ago, but it was super inspiring. So Roxy, do you want to share?
I would love to. So, just like you, Shalice, I tried the powdered collagen. I tried the capsules for a long time, and I had some serious, skeletal issues, a lot of, discomfort in a lot of ways. And I was dealing with it for like over 12 years. So, and I've tried different types of collagen for about good 7 years. So when I came across this product through another friend who, I met David through another friend, literally on Facebook, had no idea who he was. And they were having a conversation about collagen. And I was like, this sounds interesting. So, me and David connected, and then we became friends. And then he told me about it a couple of times. And it wasn't until March of 2020 when I finally got around, and I was like, I was literally a mom who just got back into work for like about 6-7 months. I was home with my daughter for a couple of years, and I was just barely getting back into the workforce when quarantine happened. Everything just shut down. And I was like, okay, I want to use the collagen, but I might as well like try to do the business side, and I had no clue about it. And I get to do my business doing this, playing with my kid at the park.
Nice.
So I gave it a shot. I started the product and the business at the same time, and it literally saved me. Oh, okay, baby. Say hi, and then you got to go, okay? It saved me financially, and it saved my health and wellness. I was at a point where like walking was a struggle. That's how badly my, physical issues were bothering me. And this has given me like my mobility back. And at the same time, it has saved me financially through last 2 years that I can't even put it into words. I've had, even though I've had a job, but at the same time, it's been really hard because, many times it's shut down, we've been sick. And this is something that I've been able to sustain myself and my child financially, and complete lifesaver. And it's something that I managed to start without having any knowledge, any experience, any following, I had friends on Facebook, but they were just moms that, I just connected with just for sake of friendship, nothing like from business perspective. And I didn't know how to market anything from business perspective, like on Facebook. My background actually, funny enough, was in advertising and marketing, but more on the print side, like old school advertising, had nothing to do with social media. And in between like my career stopping and me staying home with my daughter, that industry completely changed. So, it was completely new thing, and I managed to learn it and sustain myself and establish a business. I'm sorry.
Amazing. Thank you, Roxy. Thank you for sharing. Of course. Wow. And as you're at the park with your kids.
Exactly. And now I get to do this from my phone. I get to help other moms do the same thing. And, today I was actually, funny enough, I was talking to a customer of mine, an old friend. He's an artist, and I used to, in my previous days before child, be in the art circle, and he was physically to the point where he couldn't even lift like, a brush to paint a couple of years ago. And he's been on collagen for the past 1.5 years. And I was talking to him today, and he was like, it's crazy that like you were so insistent for me to try this product. And like, he's like, I can't paint again. I was like, I literally got emotional, like, to not only be able to do that for your own health, but like to help your friends and family. It's wild.
Yeah. No,
it's truly a blessing.
No, very excited. Thank you so much, Roxy, for sharing.
Sure. My pleasure.
I don't know if we have a little time left. Kelly, I'd love to hear from you just really quickly before we close it out, and thank everyone for coming. But Kelly's super inspiring, and I follow her on Instagram too. So Kelly, do you want to unmute and share a little bit of the business side?
Yes. Well, similar to Shalice, I had a pivotal moment with this company in 2020. I was running a dog business and nobody was going to work. So that kind of stopped in its tracks. And I had been doing this business, but it was sort of in the pockets of time between my dog business. Ultimately, helping people and pets is what I love to do the most. So it just went hand in hand. And this business for me, and obviously the company, you know, tripled or more. So that really helped me to offset a lot of those, that business that just stopped. So it was a true lifesaver for me. And I was just able to turn that passion into purpose for my life in honor of my mom, who lost her battle with cancer a long time ago, 18 years ago. So I'm able to do, you know, primarily this. I do help some families still in the area now that people are kind of back to doing things, but a lot of them are my collagen clients too. So it kind of works out. It's basically about helping community. And that's like the biggest thing to me, is just helping families live better lifestyles, which obviously we all do. And turning that into my complete life's, you know, mission and purpose. And of course it helped me on the product side too, in terms of my skin. And, you know, that helps me when I go to the gym that I've been going to for 10 years, that people see, you know, that it actually works. And a lot of those people are my business partners and customers as well.
Oh, very cool.
So I'm very grateful. Thank you, David and Angela.
So Kelly, we have a surprise. We're feeling inspired. So if you're a guest tonight and you're not already like with our company, I want you to type in how old you think Kelly is into the chat. All right, let's put her on the full screen. Type it into the chat. Hello, Kelly. Nice big smiles. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. All right, so type it into the chat. Give it a good guess. Don't worry, you're not going to offend her. And give it your best guess. If you're a guest, go ahead and type in the chat. And I don't know how many guests we have, but don't be shy. And whoever is closest, or if we only have one or two guests, you guys are going to get a $25 Modere gift card. So go ahead and go. Don't be shy. Still waiting. Get in that chat box. I don't see anybody chatting. Tracy, you want to go for it? How about Leon? All right. Tracy says 43. Not bad. Any other guesses? Leon, are you a guest with us? Okay. I'm guessing that's no. Okay. Well, guess what?
He asked to unmute.
Oh, here he is. Hey, Leon.
I'm a distributor.
Oh, very cool. Excellent. Hey, while you're there, okay, let's just do squirrel. Can you just share in like 15 seconds what you're most impressed with this company? Why are you here?
I just got started a week ago, so I'm just learning about it. I'm really interested in the difference in model from all the network marketing things I've been involved in the past.
It's so different, right? And you've been in the industry for a while.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, listen, we're super glad you're here and that you recognize how different social retail is from all that other stuff, which a lot of it carries a lot of icky baggage. And we are like the model that everybody is chasing now. And I don't say like, we are. 8 years ago, we pioneered social retail as a business model. And now we've done 4 billion in sales, 2 billion customers, $1 billion in commissions paid out. And everyone and their mother has copied our model. Now they're copying our collagen products. They're trying to keep up with Modere. And Modere is going mainstream. We're going 10 billion, passing the Amways of the world because we're mainstream. We don't carry that stigma that all these other companies carry as baggage. We are a business model moving forward, more affiliate based, more friendly to celebrities and Olympians and athletes and influencers and people who would never want to carry that stigma attached to their brand ever. And so when you recognize that, the potential to literally grow exponentially, you know, I'll just leave you with this is that there's a place where companies get to in our industry, the traditional industry, where they get to $1 billion if they're really successful. and then they fall. They almost all fall. It just implodes. And, we're already at 500 million, and we are in a place now where that can't happen. And so it's just, you'll see kind of as we go. So the timing is really great because next month we're pioneering social retail 2.0, the new social retail that's going to blow your minds, March 10th through 13th. All right. Someone wants to know how old Kelly is. Oh, she had to drop off. Oh, no, there she is. No, she's here. All right. So Leon, thank you for that. That is awesome. We're glad you're here. And Kelly, I'm going to put you on the main screen right now, and we're going to have a big reveal with a big smile. How old is Kelly?
I'm 52.
52. So Tracy, you were only off by a decade, but you still win the prize. And we're going to send you a $25 Modere gift card. So go ahead and get your info to Shalice, and we'll hook that up. I just need your mailing address. All right, Kelly, thank you so much. And Shalice wanted me to tell everybody to get started. There's 3 ways to get started. Okay. Way number 1, first of all, get back to the person that shared this with you or tagged you. Don't talk to us. Okay. Unless we invited you, but whoever tagged you on this, go ahead and get back to them. Second thing, you have literally one option is you want to get what we call an XM pack. And the XM pack is about what you'd spend on a trip to Target. Okay. So not very expensive. But what it's going to do is get you $200 in free product credits over the next 4 months so that you can try some of these products. And, if you're going to rep the brand, you probably should try at least 10, 20 of the products, right? So you can speak intelligently about them. Option number 3 would be, one of the basic collections to kind of get you going. If money's a little bit tighter, we totally get that. So talk to the person that shared this with you. And Shalice, are you going to be with us again next Tuesday?
Yes, same time, same place, same link. So I send it out. If you have a friend that you want to invite, just let me know. I can add them to the email list. It's a private Zoom, and we love to see them.
Love it. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you every night, Monday through Friday, at the same link, 5 p.m. Pacific, different guests every night, and the one and only Shalice Noel every Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Thank
you, Shalice. We love you.
Love you guys.